Hey everybody, Ben here. We're talking today about savings. I know I harp on savings a lot in a lot of my videos, and I'll continue to do so. And it's just because it's so important to every financial plan. Uh, Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe. If you want to see more of these videos coming to you and get notified, and helps me grow the channel. So today we're just going to talk about savings, how most people save, and how you can save in a more efficient manner. First, before we do that though, let's just talk about saving in general. You know, what is saving? A lot of people think saving is putting money into their 401k, into an IRA, and I ask them, is that money safe? Is it liquid? Can you get to it at any time you want without penalty? And the answers are usually no. If you try and access that money, you'll get penalized or taxed on it. So it's not easily accessible, and it's typically invested in the stock market, so it's subject to some risk. So I asked them, well, saving means, to protect from loss. So is that actually saving? What's the purpose of the money going into those plans? And the purpose of those plans is to make the money grow. So it's actually invested. So I don't consider money that goes into qualified plans or money that's going somewhere in order to make it grow with some risk is not really and truly saving if you just look at the definitions of the words invest and save. So to get into it, this is how most people save. You have a job or you have a business, you make an income, that income pays your expenses, and then after all of our expenses are paid, typically whatever's left, we try and save. I see that a lot. This is how I used to save before I knew of a better way to save. The problem with this is that when we put savings at the very last thing on our budget, or however you manage your cash flow, is typically the expenses usually expand to whatever our income is and whatever money's available there. At least that's been my experience. So a lot of people end up either not saving at all or not saving enough. And if you're saving at least something, that's good. But if you want to be able to save more, the system that works better is by paying yourself first. There's a good book about this called Profit First, where the author talks about in business, profit is first, we pay ourselves first, and that way we ensure that we're always having a good amount of liquid cash available. So instead of expenses coming first in this scenario, we take the income, and before we do anything, we put savings as an expense in our life. If we treat it like an expense, it's more likely to happen. So this is really principle number one that I talk about: save 15% or more. So have that money coming out of your paycheck. One way a lot of people do it is they just have it direct deposit into a separate checking account or savings account. Have that savings come out first, and then with their whatever's left, that's what they pay their expenses with. And you're probably saying, well, what if I can't save 15% of my income and my expenses are more than that and I'm not able to do this? My challenge would be then, if you want to find financial success and become financially free. Without saving, you won't. It just is not going to happen. So I challenge you to find ways to increase your income. If you are not able to save 15%, where are you coming up short? How can you create that additional cash flow every single month? Is it investing in yourself and so that you can get a raise at work by having better skills? Maybe it's a side hustle. There's no right answer there. I'll probably do a video on that in the future. But this puts savings first, expenses last, and prioritizes this. Now, here's something that I also see happen. And if you let this trap get you, then it'll derail all of your efforts. And that's by mixing your savings with your everyday spending account. So what I like to do instead is just having, you have your income, and you have a portion of it goes into your regular checking account where you pay your bills. And then that's what pays your expenses. And then with most companies, you can talk to your HR department and have them actually change your direct deposit up. But have what I call a WCA, or wealth coordination account. I purposely call it something different just so that I know in my mind psychologically this money is to do smart stuff with. So I'm not going to be tapping into that for going on vacations, any kind of stuff like that. If I want to do a different fund for vacations or buying a new car or whatever, well, then that's going to, come out of this area over here. Not going to come out of my 15% that I'm saving for wealth building. So open up a separate account, or if you have multiple accounts, maybe you can just pick one, but it can't be connected in any way to your regular checking account or your everyday expenses. Otherwise, it turns into magic money and just disappears. So then every time you get paid, if you have it set up this way, money goes into your regular checking, money goes into your wealth coordination account, and then you'll start to see that build up and then start to see opportunities show up. And we'll talk about velocity of money and how you can then take that money and go find opportunities, keep it saved for emergencies, and then how to better put that to use and store it in other videos. All right, I hope this was helpful. Shoot me a message with any questions you have. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.